What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me on D's Analysis. We're going to be looking at Nvidia today. So we've had this nice move up. Looks like we kind of have a bull flag going. Still holding this trading range right now. We broke underneath this initial trend line, the primary, as well as this horizontal level of support and resistance. We got a bounce off of both of them combined for some confluence, pushed down to the secondary trend line. We have now cracked that. We tried establishing back in the trend line, the secondary trend line, but now we fell back underneath and it looks like we're pushing towards the bottom of the range. So we definitely don't want to lose this range, because if we lose this range, we can see something where price gets a close, retest, and now we're looking at this level here and potentially even down to this level here. So we don't want to see that. Another thing that I do see is potentially a wave count of 1, 2, 3, 4, which means the next leg would be 5 down. Hopefully that's not the case, but it could be. Overall, it's Nvidia. It's Nvidia. It's a buying opportunity. So don't panic. Keep it long term in your portfolio and you'll be happy. Accumulate while it's down. This is the time to buy. So don't panic. At the same time, I also could see a head and shoulders forming if it continues to play out the same way. We have a shoulder, a head, and maybe we're creating the next shoulder here. Maybe we push up to the trend line, bounce down, and create another shoulder. Who knows? But we could get something like that. Just things to look at, things to consider, keeping the options open. Still bullish overall, looks good. The next target I see is $91, 91 bucks, and then $75. Those are the next two major targets that I could see happening. And then, of course, to the upside, we have to crack this trend line and make our way up to the top of the range and move on. But these moves can happen so quickly with Nvidia. It can be in the snap of a finger that this thing turns around. We also do have core PCE coming out tomorrow, so that's probably going to make a big move in the markets, whether it's just Nvidia or the entire market, but it's more than likely going to be entire market, and Nvidia will follow along. In terms of the SMA, we did fall back underneath the 50-week and the 20-week, which is not a good sign. We need to reclaim that again. We tried and we failed. So let's see what the next move is. On the daily, we are underneath the 20, the 50, and the 200. That's not a good sign. A lot of momentum to the downside at the moment. I'm sure there's an increase in volume to the downside. Yes, you can see a larger red candle here, and green is decreasing with the red increasing, which is not a good sign, but that's okay. Like I said, it's Nvidia. It's a good company. You want this in your portfolio long term. Bollinger Bands. We're at the bottom Bollinger Band. We normally don't spend too much time at the bottom band or any band at that. We don't spend a lot of time at the green or in the red. So let's see if we get a sharp move up to the blue band and try and make our way up to the red. On the daily, it's pretty much the same thing. We just fell underneath the blue. Looks like we tried to get a retest of the blue, and now we're pushing down further to the green band. But we also have this horizontal level of support underneath us. So let's see if it holds up and keeps price at this level. The MACD on the daily still looks good, making higher highs, higher lows, shows an increase in price. We are still holding above this moving average, the orange line. And let's see if we get this bounce off of this and we can continue on moving up and we get this increase. So we saw this increase in volume here, slight decrease, and let's see if we can start getting some green candles to kick back up with the momentum pushing through to the positive side. On the weekly, we're already in bearish territory and it's increasing in volume. That's why you see these massive red candles. That's okay. It can always flip back around very quickly. So as you can see here, it kind of happened where we flipped back around. We spent a little bit of time underneath and we ended up pushing back up. So it's nothing to be too concerned about. It's always a buying opportunity. On the daily, for the RSI, we did fall underneath the moving average, which is not a good sign. That could show a continuation of downward pressure in the strength of RSI. So we definitely don't want to see that. We want to reclaim the yellow and move to higher prices. If not, higher strength levels. If not, then we can see something where we start trending downward to this oversold level. On the weekly, we got the same thing going on. It's actually a continued downtrend at the moment. So we're making lower lows and lower highs. So maybe this was that attempt to make it to the trend line, and now we're just pushing down further to oversold territories. But overall, it's still Nvidia, still a top-notch company, great CEO, nothing to worry about. They are the supplier, not financial advice, of course, but I think you'll be okay if you continue to dollar cost average into Nvidia over the next 5, 10, 15 years. You'll make a lot of money. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.